Ben, you forgot to bring the trash can up again.
Oh, sorry. I was just
I don't see why it's so hard for you to remember. You have to bring it up every single Tuesday. What, did you walk right past it? Come on, you don't even have that many... What is this?
I was just, drawing something.
Well, clean it up.
I will.
No, don't just say you're gonna clean it up. Do it.
Let me just finish. Wait, that's my car.
You can draw when you're finished with your chores. Right now, it's not time to play. It's time to work. Do what I asked you to do first. Come on. Listen. There's no need to cry. All right? There's just a right way to do things. Now, do you want to do things your way, or do you want to do things the right way?
The right way, I guess.
All right. Now get this cleaned up. Now.
Hey, are you all done? What's wrong? Did he show you the comic book he was making you for your birthday? I think it was supposed to be a surprise.
Well, he knows he's supposed to do his chores first.
Oh, Dad, do you want to play my game?
I just have so much work to do right now, bud. I just really don't have time to play chess, okay?
It will only take 5 minutes, come on.
I know chess. A good game can go on for hours.
No, it's not chess. I completely made up my own rules, come on.
Why would you want to make up your own rules? I mean, chess is a great game. Look, the instructions are right here. Just look at that. Get you there.
No, but Dad, I made up the entire game from scratch. Just let me show you how to play, okay?
Look, chess has been around for 1,000 years, okay? Now there's a strategy and order. Changing the rules defeats the whole purpose of the game. Look, I'm gonna show you how to play really quickly, but then I have to work, okay? All right, first of all, you'll need
Wait,
these.
what are you doing with those? No, don't throw them away.
It's just a bunch of paper, bud. You need to learn how to play the real game.
Oh, and those? Are you kidding me?
All right, let's see. These aren't set up right.
And I worked on those. And that was so hard.
Look, this is a rook, okay? It moves forward or backward, never diagonal. Are you listening?
This isn't very fun.
Well, we haven't even started yet.
I know, it's just that regular chess, it's so boring, and I liked my way better, okay?
Well, you can't just make up your own rules. I mean, there's just a right way to do things in a right order. Now, do you want to do things your way or the right way?
The right way, I guess. You know, my way seems pretty right to me.
All right, now this is called a knight. Now,
Grab your stuff. We don't want to be late.
What, you're leaving already?
Yeah, I've got to do summer camp. We've got an hour's drive ahead of us.
How many times did you get to play his game? Isn't it so much fun? He's been working all day on it. Okay, say goodbye.
Bye, bud.
Wow, what a powerful story. Have you ever been hurt by words? Maybe the better question is, has anyone gone through life without being hurt by words? Any hands? Bueller? The reality is, no matter what our story is, no matter where we're from or how old we are, we have all been affected by people's words. I have countless memories of this, as you probably do as well. When I was in college, I was trying out for the football team, and as we finished an early morning workout, a couple coaches were handing out recovery drinks to the players. And this one coach looks at me as I walk by and he kind of thumbs his nose at me and won't give me a drink. The other coach saw him do this and said, "Come on, man, give the guy a drink." And this coach says, "No, I'm not gonna waste a drink on some walk-on who's gonna quit in 3 days." Ouch, right? And on top of that, I'm surrounded by my teammates, which only added to the embarrassment and the hurt. And I have many other stories like that, and so do you. And the reason for this is that words are powerful. They can hurt us. We've all been hurt by words spoken to us, words spoken about us, and words spoken over us. Words don't just hurt though, they can also help. Words can be used for good. We can encourage, we can motivate, and we can validate others with what we say. In the New Testament, the Apostle Paul talks about the power of words in his letter to the Ephesians. He commands them to let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. Don't use words that are unhealthy or unhelpful to the people and to the world around you. He continues and says that we should only speak what is helpful in building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So speak what is helpful and avoid words that are hurtful. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? If only it were that easy. You see, we've all experienced that communication is complicated. You can say the right thing, but in the wrong way. You can say one thing and they hear another. And you can hurt someone by saying nothing at all. You probably have examples of this. You say things like, I didn't mean to hurt her feelings, it just came out that way. Or, I didn't think I was yelling, I didn't think I raised my voice. Or, I didn't even say that, it's just what he heard. And this is where the rubber meets the road with Paul's command in Ephesians. If we're going to avoid what is unwholesome to others and speak words that build them up according to their needs, we must have a better understanding of what it is they need. And we have to communicate in a way that they understand, not just the way we naturally communicate. Several years ago, I came across a framework through which to view all communication. And it has greatly changed the way I communicate personally, at home, and in relationships, and through my interactions professionally. It's called your temperament, your natural wiring. It influences what you say, how you say it, and what you hear when other people say something to you. Learning this framework puts practical legs on Paul's advice. And over the next few weeks, some friends who, like me, are big fans of the Temperaments Framework are going to help us unpack Ephesians 4:29. And you'll get to hear from Kathleen Edelman, who actually taught this to me. She's an expert in the field and has been coaching people through this for 25 years. And she's going to take us along as she gives 4 people a crash course in their temperaments.
People speaking unkindly to each other has always broken my heart. I can remember examples as far back as when I was 8 years old. Because of this, Ephesians 4:29 has always been very important to me. I heard a talk about 30 years ago by a woman named Florence Littauer that turned Ephesians 4:29 into my mission statement. The talk was about temperaments, and as soon as I heard her explain it, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life learning and teaching everything connected with the temperaments in communication. And that's what I've done. I think understanding our wiring is our only hope for doing what God calls us to do in Ephesians 4:29, which is building others up according to their needs and benefiting all who listen. The Temperament Framework is not something I created, nor Florence. It dates all the way back to Hippocrates, who lived hundreds of years before Jesus walked the earth. It is the basis for work by some of the giants of modern psychology. The concept has a lot of different names. It has been mingled with medical science and personality typing. We're going to keep it simple. There are 4 temperaments. Learning which one you are will change the understanding of yourself. Learning which one others are will change all of your relationships. First, let's get clear on the difference between personality and temperament. Your personality is behavior, emotions, and feelings. It evolves over time because it is affected by birth order, religion, culture, gender, and many factors as you journey through life. What we will be learning about is temperaments, which is the why behind your personality. It is your authentic wiring from God. Like your eye color, your hair color, voice print, fingerprint, it's unchangeable. Your temperament is innate. It's like your default setting. It influences every decision you make and every word you speak. A good way to think about it is like your first language. It's what comes most naturally to you. There are 4 temperaments. Each speaks its own language. The Greek names can be a mouthful, so we've matched each one with a color. Sanguine, yellow, speaks the language of people and fun. The choleric, the red, speaks the language of power and control. The melancholic, the blue, speaks the language of order and perfection. And the phlegmatic, the green, speaks the language of calm and harmony. You naturally speak one of these. Maybe you've already guessed which one. My goal is to teach you to speak in all four. The way that happens in my office is by talking through real-life situations, conversations, and conflicts, figuring out what you said and what they heard, and eliminating this gray area in between. We're going to recreate that scenario for you. I've invited some people to join me. Each one is a very good representation of their dominant temperament. As you hear from them, I'd be surprised if you don't find yourself nodding along with one, saying things like, "That's my daughter," or, "Ah, yes, that's my husband." In hearing these stories, I hope that you'll see how this applies to your life and to your relationships. The first step is figuring out your temperament. To do that, there's an assessment in your workbook. It'll take you about 20 minutes to complete. Answer the questions as you are, not how others see you or how you want to be seen. At the end, you'll tally up your answers to figure out your dominant temperament. Knowing this information will help you get the most out of our time together. My personal prayer and passion is that by you understanding your authentic wiring, you'll become the very best version of yourself. That you will see yourself as God created you to be, perfect. You are perfect in His eyes. Equally important, I hope that by understanding the wiring of others, you will learn to communicate more effectively. And more importantly, you'll grow in grace to love them better. In my years of teaching and coaching individuals, couples, families, and teams, I've seen the understanding of the temperaments totally change relationships. People come into my office desperate for help. Usually, they're trying to change someone else, saying things like, "Please tell my wife this," or "If my boss only knew." Learning the temperaments will change everything. But it begins with you understanding your own temperament, understanding your wiring, your strengths, your weaknesses, and the plan God has for you. That's how you can avoid communicating by talking at each other, and instead learn the art of communication with each other by making each and every word you speak a gift to the person you're speaking with, starting with you. And that's where we'll begin next time.